how the heck do you make more money as a business owner without sacrificing your time with your family and your precious sleep? Inside this episode, we're talking about the three key things you need to prioritize to hit that six-figure income goal. So let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm so thrilled that you're here. And today we're talking about how the heck you can increase your revenue as a business owner. And I'm going to be honest, we can only just barely scratch the surface on this today. This is so key. This is honestly one of the areas that we're still adding to within the academy. We still are talking. I'm like, okay, this is another way that we are increasing our income. That offensive side of things is the part that we get to play with most often. When you have the defensive side, that is almost like a set it up and forget it. The battlefield isn't like an ongoing, continual process, but the offense is the part that we have work to do in. And that's the part that you feel the best about. Yes, it is amazing. And I love getting the testimonials talking about not being scared of your finances more and taking the fear out and feeling that confidence. And that's really what I'm working towards, because for me, that's where I see the biggest benefit for you and really for myself as well. And as a byproduct, you're making money, but there is nothing like seeing that. Like for myself, we set this up. Actually, I talk about this inside the academy. I have a Zap using Zapier set up. When I make a sale or somebody's subscription processes, there is a cha-ching notice that goes off. Like it's literally a text message that I get. This is cha-ching. Okay. It's so much fun. And my kids know what it means too. They know that, like, hey, mommy just made money. And it's awesome because half the time we're sitting at the table eating, or I'm making dinner, or we're playing or something. It's not always the time where I'm sitting here working my business. Because again, like inside the academy, you'll hear us talk about this. Like, it's not about working all this time. One of these things that you will learn about me is my like superpower is creating systems, okay? Systems and routines. And because that's my superpower, I get a lot done. But it's because of the systems and routines. And you get the whole mastering productivity and time management like a boss. I couldn't even remember what it was called. That whole training system is like a standalone product. It's included inside the academy if you join us inside the academy, which we're talking about cash flow unlock, that workshop that's coming up. But like that is key. And when you get more done, you're able to be more productive because you streamline things with systems. It takes less time. Okay. So today, though, we're supposed to be talking about how to increase your revenue as a business owner. Blah, blah. Lots of recordings today. The first thing that I see so often we aren't necessarily doing is we have to make offers, and you have to consistently make offers. That consistency is going to be the key throughout all of this. Okay. So often we'll put a lot of effort. Now, I want to hear this is you, or you can just laugh with me behind the scenes. Okay. We spend so much this time and effort thinking about it. You'll be like, I'm doing all this stuff in my business all the time, Aimee. I am so burned out. I haven't seen any progress. I'm doing all the things. So if we sit down and look at it, like, what are you getting done? What are you doing? Are you making the offers? Or did you spend 30 minutes scrolling social media? Or did you spend 30 minutes thinking about it and not actually doing anything? Now, thinking in CEO time is very important. We talk again inside the academy about how we set this up and how to have that CEO time and why that's so important. But we have to actually make the offer. You have to make the ask. And it can't be like this sly, like, oh, okay. Full transparency. I learned this from Ray Higdon. This is called a mumble. So the fact that I've said inside the academy, we do this, referencing my program there, academy, there wasn't an outright ask that I made. I didn't say, hey, go join the academy, right? That wasn't officially an ask, but it was a mumble when I said academy. So we're talking about something else, and it is great to mumble. It's a skill that I've learned along the time, not like literally mumble, but mumble like dropping your programs. I'm totally like this wasn't even a cognizant, conscious, there we go, conscious thing that I was mumbling, mentioning the academy. Okay. It wasn't even like a conscious thought. This is something that I've trained myself to do. But when you are seeding the program by the mumble, when you talk about other things, or, yeah, I just got off this call with my client, like that was a mumble because, hey, you have a client. Those are all great. But we have to like actually, like, hey, I'm selling this thing. Do you want it? Like those type of offers. And we're not necessarily talking about just cold DMing somebody. There is a place and a way to DM people that works. Um, we'll have to get into that later. We'll do a training about that inside the academy. There are places to do that. Not all cold DMs are bad. Might be like you don't agree with me in that, and that's fine. Hey, I wanted to jump in real quick and tell you about the Cash Flow Unlocked workshop. If you're tired of being scared of tax time and want to finally hit those income goals without sacrificing your relationships and time with your family, even if you just don't have the time for one more thing, this free workshop is probably going to be just for you. Inside Cash Flow Unlocked, I'll give you the 5 essential keys to increasing your cash flow so that you can make more money, understand your numbers, and gain financial control and confidence, again, without adding a ton to your plate because you just don't have the time, right? This isn't just one of those classes where you get part of the information and zero help. I'm calling it a workshop for a reason. Yes, we'll go over those 5 essential keys, but then we'll walk first steps you need to take together so that you aren't left in information overwhelm. The event will start on April 18th, but right now, all you need to do is to get on the wait list. Just text me cash flow to 817-969-4653. I'll let you know as soon as you can register, absolutely free. And there's a link in the show notes. If you click that, it's going to take care of all that for you. It puts the text in there, types in my number, all that stuff. All you have to do is hit send. Again, that link is in the show notes. Keep it simple. Hit the link, be on the wait list. Now back to the episode. But you have to consistently make offers. So, how consistently are you making offers? This can be done 2 different ways. This can be set up evergreen with like an email marketing funnel. Allison Hardy is amazing when it comes to email funnels. That's who I learned all of my email funnel stuff from. So, you can definitely check her out. I'll put a link to her podcast in the show notes for this episode because I'm inside one of her programs. Absolutely love everything that I learned from her. Super heart-centered entrepreneur there. But there are other ways to evergreen things as well that is outside of your email funnel. So you can set up what's called an order bump. So when somebody goes to buy something, they get offered something that would be complimentary that would serve them as well. It's like a bonus. Like, hey, if you're getting this, you might want to have this as well. You can also offer what's called an OTO, which would be a one-time offer, which is an upsell that's done like after you hit the submit button, that next page that pops up, that would be an OTO. Also, if you have a lead magnet that you're offering somebody, you can have what's called a tripwire so that you make a small offer for something that is complimentary that'll help solve the problem that once you go through that item, they'll uncover. Okay. That would be a trip offer. You can also, within the email funnel, make offers. All of those would be evergreen. That's perfectly awesome. The likelihood of somebody that doesn't know you, there we go, and going to your website and just buying stuff, unless you've got some really great SEO, Pinterest is supposed to be good for this. Like somebody just going and buying, but I do feel like the market is changing and there's less of that now, depending on your audience and where you're at. Okay. Not that it doesn't work, it's just a little different. You probably have to work harder at it. You could also use evergreen techniques would be like ads if you are running an ad to something. Or you can make offers live, which can be a launch like we're getting ready to do for Cash Flow Unlocked. that workshop. And actually, that link is going to be like, it'll open soon. I'm so excited for you. So if you're not already on the wait list, to be the first to know, the first to get registered when Cash Flow Unlocked goes live, when the link goes live so that you can get registered. The event is actually starting April 18th. Actually, just go check out the page when it goes live, because I might do another time for you. At the time I'm recording this, I haven't decided yet, because I really want you to be able to be there live with me. So yeah, we'll see about making that happen. Either way, just make sure you're registered, you're on the wait list. If you haven't, click the link in the show notes. It's going to pre-populate it. All you have to do is text me cash flow, and you'll get it all set up. But there's a link in the show notes. If you click that, it does it all for you. You don't have to do anything. Just hit the link and then hit send on your phone. Okay. But you can live launch, which can be short, it can be long, it can just be like sending an awareness email. This can be showing up in your stories and being like, hey, I don't know if you know or not, but I have this program. This is what it does for you. If you're looking for this, and this, check this out. Send me a word, vote yes, whatever it might be. But we have to be consistently making offers. That's like the first thing here. Okay. To increase your revenue, you have to make the ask. Okay. So many times we've built the website, and we're just sitting here like, hey, come find me. And that would be amazing, but there's got to be more work put into it. Okay. The second thing, you have to get in front of new audiences. Now, there's a variety of different ways to do this. Again, we've got the ads option if you want to pay. SEO is a great strategy for a long term. YouTube is great for SEO. Your blog, if you have a WordPress blog and you set it up for SEO, we can talk all about that inside the academy again. You're going to hear me mumble all the time now, aren't you? That's another great option. You can also do collaborations, bring guest experts inside to your programs, do those things. Then you can also guest on other people's podcasts. One of the best ways to grow your own podcast is to get on other people's podcasts. We can get into a whole mindset strategy thing about why that works so well. But being in front of more people, because if you are making the same offer to the same amount of people, yes, some of them will buy, but you have to be talking to people who have the problem that you're trying to solve. And the best way to do that is to get in front of those people. Okay. Instagram Reels is they're fun. I do a lot of reels. I enjoy them. We put them on TikTok. I put them on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all the things. Okay. We enjoy doing that, but it's not really a growth strategy. And this is something that Sophia Parra talks about. We're going to talk about like all my favorite people to learn from. She also has a podcast. I will link to her podcast in the show notes as well. But she talks about the fact that going viral isn't really like a strategy. It might seem fun and all, but for most people, even if you do go viral, it's not going to give you the result that you were looking for. It's way better to build these strategies in a more sustainable fashion. Okay. So we're consistently making offers. You're going to get in front of new audiences. And the third thing, be consistent. Just whatever you're doing. There's so many different platforms out there. There's so many different options. And we talk about like finding what works for you and what's most important and speaking to your skill set. We talk about that some inside the academy, because like helping you make more money is part of my job. Okay. But whatever you pick, you have to be consistent. For example, I know that when I do these live trainings, this is the best return for me, best return on my investment. It helps you get to know me best, learn, and be able to make the decision about whether or not this is right for you. But if I didn't stick with them when nobody was showing up, I remember the first time I did a training. Okay, we're going confessional time, right? The first time I did a live webinar type training, it was my mom and my VA were the only two people that were on the training at the time live. And I think it was my daughter. something happened and I didn't have somebody to watch the kids. So it was one of those like, just please go behave in the other room. If you go behave, I'll give you a reward when we're done. Well, uh, it was like evening, which if you're a mom, like that 5 to 7 o'clock time is like, just don't try and plan stuff during that time without help because it can be a really rough time. I don't know, like time of day, hungriness. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me like what the reasoning is behind this, but like don't plan stuff. That was when I planned the webinar. Didn't have help with the kids. My mom and my VA were the only ones that were on live. And my daughter essentially like screamed and they fought the entire time just on the other side of the wall. And I guess the walls aren't like that thick. Yeah, no, we could hear it the whole time. It was awful. I did everything. I held it together. I didn't like lose it. It was so not the way that I wanted it to go. That recording is still available somewhere. I still have it actually. But if I hadn't have done this consistently, I wouldn't have seen the results. Certain times we'll be like, okay, we did a 5-day challenge and that didn't work. So let me do this. And that didn't work either. So let me go try this. Instead of keeping to try the same thing, like we call it PDCA, plan, do, check, and adjust what worked and what didn't. But don't just throw everything away. You have to try it consistently to improve your skills, improve your craft, hone in on, okay, this didn't work because I absolutely hated doing it. It was not possible for me to deliver on it. Or this didn't work because of something else. There's a key there, okay? But no matter what, that third thing that you have to do to be able to increase your revenue is be consistent. And not just be consistent with your launches, be consistent with emailing your email list, be consistent with showing up on social media. It does not have to be every day, but you're 1 time a week or 2 times a week or 3 times a week, whatever it is, or in your stories or publishing your own podcast. When you are consistent, people see you consistently. You're top of mind and they know that you are trustworthy. We cannot keep just having this like rabbit syndrome, I guess. I don't know what to call this. It was like, we're going to run over here and then we're going to run over here and then we're going to do this and then we're going to do that. Like it is just, oh my goodness. I know I've had acquaintances that it feels like every single month they're launching something different, which great if it's working for you. But if you're looking for that long-term success, we got to try on that consistency badge. It's not sexy, but it works. All right. So today we talked about 3 key things that you have to do to increase your revenue without sacrificing your time with your family and your precious sleep, because sleep is important. All right, you have to consistently make offers. This can be evergreen. This can be live. This should be a combination of the both. You have to get in front of new audiences. You have to be consistent no matter what you're doing. Keep doing it consistently. That is why the accountability and the support is so key inside the academy. But this is just scratching the surface of what we're going to get into inside the Cash Flow Unlocked workshop. So if you are not already registered to be like one of the first ones to know, like registered on the wait list, all you have to do is click the link in the show notes. It's going to pre-populate from your phone. It's going to pre-populate the link for you with a text message. Just hit send. It'll get you on the wait list so that you're all set. You'll be one of the first ones to know as soon as that is available. Your challenge for today, besides getting on the wait list, I want to hear what your biggest takeaway was from today's episode. Send me a message on Instagram. Can't wait to hear from you at Aimee Cerka. That's it for now. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to the Your Money, Your Life podcast. Wondering what's next? When you're ready, there are different levels of support that you can use on the path to creating unstoppable finances and your unstoppable life. After all, your finances are unique and your support should be too. Ultimately, we'll create a customized plan to ditch financial struggle for good that works for you, your goals, your priorities, your life. Go to workwithaimee.com to get started with one of our most popular programs, or you can book a Q&A call with me and we'll figure out what your next step should be.